So when I got sober, it was my 28th birthday. I took 35 Molly. And I was just up but I had been building up a tolerance for years, like living in Vegas and shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
dude.
and when I was done with that session, I remember thinking I did permanent damage to myself. Like I was like, oh man, like I did it this time.
Not bouncing back from this.
Yeah, and my mom and dad, this is really New York. So my mom and dad were like 17 or 18 when they had me. They weren't even like, they were like barely dating. They tried to make it work for a little bit, and then my dad went off and he had 4 kids, and then my mom went off and had one more. Went right when I moved out of the house at 18.
Okay.
She had one more.
Damn.
Yeah. Pretty wild. Yeah.
Yikes.
So the age gap is an 18-year difference between you and your youngest sibling.
Yeah, and then the other ones are like almost the same. There's a set of twins that are also like that same age, and then my other. But I was the only one for like 9 years or something.
In the studio apartment, you and your parents.
Well, no, it was my grandparents' place that
shit.
we lived at. Yeah, so like my fucking great grandma, who apparently had her own place, but would just like lived on the chair. Like she just said, smoke it. She smoked. So my grandparents smoked Cools, and then she smoked Pall Malls, and never inhaled. And everybody in the family would be like, "Whoa,
I know what that is.
there's a missing."
No, you know what that is? That's a test of the emergency broadcast system on the phone that they were doing.
Oh wow.
Hey, shit goes down.
Is that everybody's phones going off?
Yeah.
Probably heard about the lettuce at the time.
Yeah, the emergency system is functioning.
You got a dirtbag on the Upper East Side eating orange slices and parsley. So your grandparents are in the house.
It was their place, and then my mom and then like my 2 uncles would be in and out. Like it was crazy, man. It was like the craziest part of the whole thing is, so the bathroom was the size of like a locker. Like it was so tiny. And it was just a toilet, and then the shower was in the kitchen.
I've seen that.
Get the fuck out of here,
dude. We were, it was
in the 30s.
Yeah, it might as well. It was fucking.
I picture that scene from Willy Wonka where they're all laying in bed together.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, I slept on the couch in the living room with my grandma and my grandpa. It was just like that.
What?
Holy shit!
Yeah, and you would hear, and it was so terrifying because at night all you would hear was like, and you just hear mice fucking running back and forth on the thing, and then you'd hear one get caught on the traps. Dude, that was
breakfast.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And then you started working very young.
Yeah, so at like 6 years old, I was walking down the street with my dad, who, my dad was like a bigger dude, like, at the time probably benching like 315. He rides a Harley and like some gay dude.
Trashy to quote what your dad was benching.
Yeah.
He was he could get 350 one time. He wasn't doing right.
Well, that's all I know about him. I just, but he the reason I say it is because that a gay dude approached us, which in 1990 is different than 2020 23 whatever, and was like, hey, your son should be an actor, and my dad's like, what?
That sounds like a couple of bucks involved.
Yeah,
in that.
well, that's what happens. So he gives, and my dad's like, what, buddy? Like what? And he's like, no, I'm a manager. I manage commercial talent and actors, whatever. And he gives my dad a card, and my dad's like, what the fuck? And he brought the card back to my mom. My mom's like, yeah, of course. Like I knew it. Like
I've been saying he's the cutest baby for years.
That's when everybody in the apartment started dancing and singing around. I got a golden ticket.
That's a golden ticket, baby.
Yeah. And so they start throwing me on. Yeah.
No more mice for us. Huh?
They start throwing me on auditions, and like pretty quick, I got like Pizza Hut was my first one. Then I got IBM. The day I turned 18, I moved out into a shithole because I didn't even like the first place I saw. I was like, yep. Like I was so eager to get out. In New York. And then I stayed there for a year, and it was probably the most disgusting apartment you've ever seen. Like, it was like, my family helped me move, and we put all the stuff in, and we're like, all right, bye. And then me and my friends, like, sat on the couch, started smoking blunts, and a year went by. And it was just like...
I know that apartment.
Dude, my dresser was in the living room. There's pictures from that apartment in the living room, and my dresser's in the living room. And the drawers are fucking falling off.
I have that same setup right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
wow.
lives like a rat.
Yeah. It was, but the worst part about it was there would be 8 dudes in there at all times, like in and out. We started smoking, then everybody starts doing cut, and then we're drinking, and then all of a sudden it just turned into a year of like nonstop.
Are you footing the bill for your boys' party days too?
Nothing, never, no, because most of the time, the crazy thing is, once you become famous, nobody's charging you for drinks. Like, you know what I mean? They'd be like, oh, you're coming to our place? And then my friends would be like, yo, let's fucking go. And like, so the first guy...
they want the free ride.
Jamie Lynn had her birthday at what became the best club in New York City. And I went to her birthday, and the owner said to me, he's like, hey, man, whenever you want to come back. I went alone. And he's like, hey, whenever you want to come back, like, just come. Like, feel free, I'm like, okay. And
Starts moving the dresser in.
dude, the next day I show up with like 6 goons, like of fucking from uptown, and I'm like, yeah, we're here in like our North Face jackets, and we're like, yeah, let's go, like, what's up? And he lets us all in, like, 6 guys, and he keeps me at the end, and he goes, hey, don't ever do this again. And I was like, oh, okay. He goes, you come whenever you want. He goes, don't do it. He goes, you bring one buddy when you come out, because it was like, it was insane. Like, it was, because we were 16s, probably 17 at the time or something.
Getting pizza delivered back there and shit.
Dude, it looked, so now that I think about it, I get like anxiety just thinking about what I did. But I was like, yo, the guy said we can go tonight. Like,
Man,
and I'm like, let's,
that young confidence.
yeah, and the place was like the hardest place to get in.
North
It was
Face
like,
jackets,
yeah,
dude.
it was, dude, it was and we were like, yo, so then every night I'd bring one friend, and yeah, they never try. People would be like, yo, come sit at our table, drugs, whatever I fucking wanted. Like, it was just like, oh, okay, this is where we're going every night, and that's what I did.
Holy
And those were the boys you talk about. They're your boys from like childhood, like the kids
Yeah,
you grew
yeah,
up
yeah.
with?
So my best friend, since I was 6 years old, I was just last year the best man in his wedding. Like, still,
Love that.
that
Love
New
that.
York City. Yeah, I need friends who will tell me when I'm being a fucking asshole and to go
Gotcha.
fuck myself and that kind of shit. Yeah.
That's all right, man. That's fucking wild. The North Face jackets is fucking great, dude.
Yeah.
Can't tell me
17
shit.
at the club.
I already thought you were awesome. You rule,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
You're already, I mean,
It all came to a screeching halt at 28. Spoiler alert.
hey, that's a decade of good times. though,
Yeah.
baby.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to ask you about the show. Did you keep the Slipknot jacket? Did you steal that?
So the reason why I was wearing all that stuff on the show is because I was wearing it in real life.
Okay.
So I would have all that stuff in real life, and David Chase would fucking see me. Not that he needed any help; he's a fucking genius. But he
Sure.
would see me fucking with a fucking Pantera shirt or whatever, and then a couple weeks later, my
Yeah.
character would be wearing
that
the
Slipknot
Pantera
jacket was
shirt.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That thing was tight.
yeah.
Have you been around Slipknot like after a show when they pull the mask off and they're like, that second song was a little. It's got to be so
Chilling with
bizarre.
them. They were the best. So the first time I ever went to a Slipknot show, I don't remember how old it was. 1999, maybe. So I'm 14, and we roll up outside, and I meet Sean, who's the clown, who was one of the drummers. And he's like, yeah, come on, let's go in. And we go to walk in, and they're like, no, he's fucking 14. It was at the Roxy. I think you have to be maybe 18 or
Yeah,
21. I don't know.
probably.
So they go, he's not coming in. And he goes to the guy. He goes, well, he's my son, so if he's not coming in, we're not playing. And like
Damn.
right away, which he'd
Damn.
probably done, over and over. But like he's like, so we're not playing. And the guy's like, all right, like opens the fucking rope, and me and my boy walk in. He brings us backstage, and this is like before they were massive. So they're all sitting in one room that's like half the size of this, and it's like fucking. What, there 8 of them or 9?
Yeah.
I can't even remember. 9 because 0 or some shit. And they were just hanging. And they would do a thing before shows where they would flip for punches. So they take a quarter and you call heads or tails, and whatever it lands on, punch the other one in the face.
Jesus.
Nuts, dude. These guys were nuts.
You're
Like,
seeing this at 14?
yeah, yeah, and I was like, oh my god, this just opened up my whole. And then I'm like, I read because there was Roadrunner Records they were all on at the time, and the people there started sending me clothes and all this stuff because they found out that I was a fan, and then it was just like. I'm hanging out with all these guys. I'm going to fucking dysfunctional family picnic and announcing bands and like all this shit is crazy, man.
Christ.
Yeah, and the whole time I have like $6 in my pocket.
Yeah.
Really? Like
everything's free.
no credit card. I'm like, I think about it now. I'm like, how the fuck did I get around? Like, it's just crazy.
What did your parents say when you were doing that? What did you tell them you were?
Like I said, I had the lock on the door. I'm making money. Like there was and they were city kids, so they understood like, by 14, a city kid is like 25.
Yeah, you're on your
Yeah.
own.
You
It's
know,
like, I'll
like
see you later,
I was
buddy.
walking to school by my own. Like I said, 7, 8. So like there
Yeah.
was no,
You're taking cabs by yourself, all that kind of stuff, just zipping around?
Yeah, but again, I don't know, but it's just
Something
perfect.
about it,
Like
yeah.
the burger, the everything. It's
The
just
attitude on the waitress, the fucking
Oh
old
my
bartender,
God.
the wood on the bar.
And then I remember bringing a girl to fucking Jackson Hole when it was on 2nd Avenue, and she ordered a chicken sandwich. I was like, we're done.
Remember how big those burgers were at Jackson Hole? They were crazy.
Yeah, massive.
Massive.
Crazy, yeah.
Man, they were all right. But you said you're a little bit of a foodie.
Yeah. Now I've, ever since I got sober, and then all of a sudden I start fucking watching food documentaries, and I'm like, all right, I want to stay away from this. I want to stay away from that. I'm not, I want to eat organic as much as I can. I cook my own food now. I'm like very, I start like somebody just, again, it's like the things that unlocked when I was young where I was like, what? Like somebody was like, so when I got sober, it was my 28th birthday. I took 35 Molly. And I was just up but I had been building up a tolerance for years, like living in Vegas and shit.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
dude.
and when I was done with that session, I remember thinking I did permanent damage to myself. Like I was like, oh man, like I did it this
Not
time.
bouncing back from this.
Yeah, and I was like, if I get out of this, I'm done. Like I'm not going back. And that was over 10 years ago. And I did. I fucking, like 5-6 days later, I went to a doctor. I'm like, yo, I can't hold down any food. Like, I'm just a mess. Like, I don't know what's going on. And he's like, when's the last time you had a vegetable? And I'm like, oh, and chicken fried rice, they put shit. You know what I mean? Like, so
I had a cup of noodles. There's some peas and carrots in
yeah.
there.
I'm like, so I have that. And the guy looked at me like I was insane.
I
when
had some
said,
lettuce with marinara.
yeah. We hate on people for eating fucking vegetables around here, Doc. But yeah, so and he's like, hey, he's like, go, and he told me eat vegetables, but he goes, go to this place and get a green juice. And I'm like, come on, dude. And he's like, you haven't kept anything down for over 5 days. He goes, go and do it and see how you feel. And I fucking drank this juice, and I came out of the place, and I was like, I think I'm on ecstasy. Like, I felt like I was on ecstasy. Yeah. Like, because my body had nothing in it for 5 days.
No vitamins.
And had nothing in it. Like, nothing good. Like, all I ate was chicken fingers, french fries, pizza, burgers, until I was, 28.
Still do that.
Yeah, I never.
Nothing wrong with a chicken finger.
I was 30 before the first time where somebody was like forced me to try fish.
Really?
Like I was like, okay, I had like tuna sandwiches growing up, but like never anything at a restaurant. And now I'm like, holy shit.
Do you do oysters and stuff like that now? You
no.
like
I'll do sushi.
I'll
do sushi, but still on the oyster shit. I'm like, nah, that's crazy.
Shrimp, crab, lobster. You like that stuff?
No, I'm still not on that. I'm like a salmon, tuna.
Okay.
And it was like a sushi place. First time I had it, now it's like my favorite place to go to. It was like $600 for just the two of us, no drinks.
That's big for two people.
Two people, no drinks,
no booze. All right.
Yeah, 600. It was. I was like, damn. Especially when like we're eating things that are fucking it's like one bite at a time, and all of a sudden the check comes like it's fucking $600.
I only got $8 on me.
Yeah.
Somebody give me 3-car Monte.
Yeah, but again, like
Segura's was 52,000.
52,000.
Yeah, he wrote it down and we framed it. It's on the bar right there. He didn't want to say it out loud, and then we couldn't. He slid it over to us.
I'm asking for a raise when I get back to Austin, Tom. Just so you know.
It was a birthday. It was a large table. He said.
Whose birthday?
It was his.
I think it was his.
Oh, okay.
I think it was maybe his four. It was a big birthday for him.
Some vino.
They said he's like, they rented out.
Yeah.
I think it was like a 30-person. It was like a big thing. They rented out the whole restaurant.
Yeah, I mean, 52.
At least that's what he said. Maybe it was just him and Christina. I don't know.
52 G's. That's why.
His head almost came off.
It's a write-off.
Yeah, I did one time in LA go to a dinner for. I mean, now this sounds like nothing. But I went to this special dinner that was like I don't know how many people it was, but it was like a $30,000 dinner where like every course they came out with and they described, this is then they like custom made. So they asked the two people who were throwing the dinner like what they want. And then they cut like she said her favorite meal was fish fillet from McDonald's. So they made like this
like
insane
a heightened version of that.
And they're like in the tartar sauce is 50 grams of blah 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 caviar, and they're like telling you all this shit. And I'm like, boop, like I'm just sliding that shit over to my boy. I'm like, I don't want that shit. But yeah, it was really
dude,
it was
you
really,
are a real one, dude.
It was really fucking. It was nice and it was fancy. It was cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Man. All right, do some more you garbage cues here.
Yeah.
You flossing every day?